Hey loves, it's Fallon. Welcome back to the podcast. And if you are new here, welcome. So grateful that you're here. I get a lot of downloads that tell me what to talk about on the podcast, but a lot of times it's very, very vague. And if you're watching on YouTube, literally, I'm gonna scroll and show you. Like, look, these are all I have an entire long ass list of things that I need to share and record with you. And sometimes it's hard to start because I really just want to follow the energy. And then I woke up today, knew I wanted to record something for you guys. And I was like, God, angel, and guides of the highest love, light, and truth, what is going to be for my highest and best and the highest and best of all today? How can I answer a prayer? And the fairies came, and I got my beautiful fairy earrings in and a flower in my hair to honor my friend who died of suicide. And then I was like, wow, I have my fairy oracle deck, and we're just gonna kind of dive in and see where we're led and see how, quantum brain healing or anything else that I do could be helpful to messages. So I love this deck from Lucy Cavendish. And when I post a little video teaser about this episode, I always give her a shout out, and sometimes she shares and makes me feel so good. And that was also one of the messages, is like, we really need to reevaluate what support means. And especially when we're talking about supporting people who are doing this work, and either we're brave enough to jump ship from the Matrix soon, or they are thinking about doing that right now, or like me, they were pushed and shoved out and not given any opportunity to get back in. So I just had to figure it out. And so there's a lot of cool things that are going to come through today. So the card we got is Three Graces: cooperative ventures with friends, joy, sharing, and new partnerships that are fun. And this is wild. This is literally card number one in the deck. And if you are watching on YouTube, I would recommend, just because, there's a lot of stuff to see. Like, literally, the earrings I'm wearing look exactly like the fairies in this card. And you can't make this shit up. So I'm going to go to the long description. So, the word joy came through a lot this morning for me, and sharing. I'm not sure if you're doing regular energy work, but I highly recommend it. And this morning I did my normal thing. And then I was like, what have I not done in a while that I feel is holding me back? And I haven't connected with my subconscious mind in my energy work. And that's for a reason. And my sessions usually are like 5 to 10 minutes. And the session was like 30 to 40 minutes. And the best part is I was motivated and excited for the rest of my day and not tired, because so much of our subconscious mind is literally controlling everything that we think, feel, and do. And because I specifically asked, you have to specifically ask your angels and guides for what you want. They're literally just sitting there waiting to serve you, but you have to ask because you're a human and you signed up to have free will and to learn how to ask for help. And it was just so funny that my subconscious was like screaming for support. And I knew this through my dreams. I literally had dreams last night that I was in Stony River, which is a restaurant that I used to work at, and I have a lot of recurring dreams about, because a lot of weird, dark things were happening there. And the glass in the building, and it was almost kind of like a cathedral, shattered all over the place. And I literally, in my sleep, I'm wondering if I literally like covered myself and I could still feel shards of glass going into my body. So you're not taking advantage of the power of your dreams, highly recommend that. Robert Johnson and Carl Jung are kind of my go-tos for learning how to do more dream work. But back to the card. So pretty. Three graces: cooperative ventures with friends, joy, sharing, and new partnerships that are fun. Every fairy has a duty, a destiny, and a realm where they are of service. Our duty is to assist you by example, by showing you how harmonious and joyful enterprise and sharing with others can be. You will soon be inspired in a cooperative venture. Your destiny is to find those beings with whom you create joy and meaningful work aligned with your soul purpose. Your realm is currently to manifest this desire, to take it from a dream to the material and the earthly. We will help you make this dream a reality. For we are of the springtime of the soul, and we speak of a time of new growth and delight, harmonious enterprise, and of finding just the right people to celebrate and work and create with. We are enjoying our association with each other after long feeling lonely and isolated. When we discovered each other, our sense of fun and delight returned, and we knew that working on larger projects could be about joy, delight, and harmony. There is no struggle or doubt in your new enterprise. Wow. There's no struggle or doubt in your new enterprise, which reminds me of a very important mantra. Move through the world like your success is guaranteed. If you know your success is guaranteed, what decisions would you make? You and your friends and partners will communicate smoothly and creatively. You'll be compatible in your thoughts and feelings and expressions and skills, and all involved will understand the need for balance and fairness and fun. Okay, so this is exactly why I pulled this card. I'm just curious, right? I mean, I've been in the coaching industry for a long time, and I didn't really know, first of all, how powerful I was and how much knowledge I have that most people don't have. But I didn't have the business side of support from like the technical stuff and then the energetic stuff until I really took charge of my destiny and invested in a coach and literally learned all of the things that I needed to. And you know, even though it's hard sometimes, because I'm literally still paying off that loan I used to hire her, it's worth every penny still, because I know that my success is guaranteed and I know that she's in the vibrational place. And when we talk about vibration with people we work with, we have to understand that we're energetically connected to every person that person's connected to. And I was reading an article this morning about this woman who lived a really long time, and she smoked cigarettes every day of her life and she drank wine every day of her life, but she was very healthy, lived a long life. She was still lifting weights and doing long bike rides throughout Europe because she had those social connections. And if you've ever heard me talking about the power of oxytocin and serotonin and orgasms and that physical connection and what it does to the human body, you really start to understand that, I mean, biohacking means nothing if you're not happy. Biohacking means nothing if you're not surrounded by people who lift you up and support you and are so excited for all of the blessings that you're getting, because they're also receiving them too, because it's a reciprocity, give and fair, giving and taking fairness. Like there's an equal exchange there. And it doesn't always have to be money, but like we're really missing out on this connection and this real connection. And for me, I've been thinking a lot the last few days, and I feel like my stomach's hurting now talking about it, but I need to share it because someone needs to hear it. I mean, I've lost people in my life and like purposely just like seemingly to them out of nowhere, just been like, I can't be friends with you anymore, because they were energetically connected to people that I could not be connected to. These people were very dangerous. These people they're working for the devil. They are a dark entity meant to feed off other people. And I did everything I can to, you know, rescue and help and fix these people to help them see. But people aren't going to, you know, there's a reason why people stay in abusive marriages for so long. Like they literally are brainwashed and can't see it. And all we can do is try to help and then know when to step away. And for me, it was very hard to step away from many people a lot of times, but this death and rebirth that I've been going through, and I know a lot of you here are going through, is really tied to that. And honoring that, like really understanding, like, wow, like my energy is the most precious thing in the world. And I can't be connected to this person if they're connected to this. And it really sucks, but it's quantum law, it's the hermetic principles, it's the laws of the universe. Like we are all quantumly entangled. And if you aren't deliberately protecting your energy and only giving it to people who are giving back the level of love and high frequency that you deserve, then things aren't going to go well in your life. And, I made a really bold move. Bold is really my word for August, because I went through and I was like, okay, so where am I still energetically connected to someone who's energetically connected to someone who I know is not of my vibration? Like God, angels, guides, like please show me. Literally get this ping in my head of this woman's name, went to her website, and I was like, why do I get so triggered by her? And within 5 minutes of her sales video, she mentioned Oprah, who I think is like literally, she's not even a person. She's a hologram of dark energy. Like I am 1000% convinced that she is one of the biggest contributors to Epstein and child pedophilia and all of those things. And if you think that's crazy, then this is your sign to not be in my community anymore, because I'm going to start, this is my mission, you guys. Like I'm starting to come out more telling you these people are not people, and they're brainwashing you, and they are getting you energetically connected to some of the darkest, sickest things you could ever fucking imagine. And this woman's sales video, then it was confirmation, right? I asked my angels to show me, like, why are you telling me to go to this person's website? Why do I get so triggered by her? What am I not seeing? And she has this energy of being too perfect. And like, if you've been here or if you're new to my world, like I don't fuck with that. Like no one's perfect. And if you're hiding and you're wearing a mask, like people like me are going to see through it. And at some point you're going to get called out. And it's not about being right or wrong. It's just, I am fiercely protective of my people. And this is why I don't have online communities. And I mean, we'll see, things change all the time, but like right now, like I don't ever want that, because it's too much quantum entanglement. When I have a client, like I did this past month, like she's all I'm taking care of. Like her and her people are my heart, they're my mind, they are my energy, because I know them. Like I know the frequency that they're on, and they're not connected to these people. So sorry, back to this chick. So within 5 minutes, she not only mentioned Oprah as if she was like God's gift to the world, but she used the example of when you're on a sales call. So all of my coaches or therapists or anyone in sales, really, when you're on that sales call and you're trying to convince somebody to work with you without convincing them, that she was like, yeah, like you just say, is this a must? Like, is this dream, is this pain you're in right now a must? And do you know that I'm the right person that can help you through this? This is what the coach suggested. She said, what you say, and this is why I don't do sales calls. This is why I have an application and I reach out to you if you're a yes, and I respectfully decline if you're a no. She was like, if it's not a must, tell me why. And the coach was giving an example that a lot of people don't understand what their must is. And I was expecting her to say something like, there are people who were, this is what she said. She's like, there are people who are really poor, but they still make up the money for a funeral. I was like, this is the example you're using? Like, that's pretty fucking bold. I'm thinking like there's people who are poor that still have money for beer and cigarettes, right? Like when I worked at the grocery store, people would have their WIC government food, and then they would have the food that they were paying cash for. It was always beer and cigarettes, right? And they have literally like barely any money. So I thought that was pretty crazy. But like, again, I used my free will. I asked God and angels, and guides of the highest love, light, and truth to show me an example of why I am so set in my ways when it comes to who I take advice from and who I promote. And if you know, like I promote my people all the time. Like that's the whole point. But they've been vetted by me. And my vetting process is very high. I mean, there's people who, I mean, this is one of the big things I was going to mention, the big bold move I made and why I was asking for confirmation that this is something I need to do. It was just ego holding me back. I deleted 1,400 people from my email list. And if you knew the number that I had on my email list, you'd be like, that's basically all of your people. But I kept sending emails. I kept recording podcast episodes. I kept letting the right people know you're in the right place. And I kept letting people know who think they're in the right place that they're fucking not. And I'm done. Like I literally can't be in their frequency anymore because I'm missing out on this. This is what I'm meant to be doing. I'm meant to be frolicking and teaching and supporting people as partners for their highest and best and the highest and best of the planet. Because when the Oprahs and the people, they're not people, when the demons like them are coming out, the Kardashians, shit's gonna hit the fan and people are really gonna have to wake up and figure out like, whoa, did I miss the signs? The signs are there, guys. If there's an ad on a free TV station telling you to buy something, that's a sign, okay? Listen to your intuition. But at the same time, like this came through for me yesterday when I was taking my walk and I see groundhogs everywhere I go in Ohio. I literally, for the number of days I've left the house and gone to do things, 100% success rate of seeing a groundhog, at least one, if not multiple. They love me. And their message is about boundaries, right? They're always looking out for me. And yesterday I was on the walk and I saw one like literally feet away from me. I was like, whoa. I was like, hey, little babe, how are you? And it was just standing there all cute. I was like, wow, that's really sweet of you to come this close to me. And like, I promise I'm going to listen to this message, right? Of my boundaries with my energy. And so I literally I went through my entire email list. And of course, I don't know everybody. I don't even know who listens to my podcast. Like I only know 2 people who ironically have the same initials, TL, that are they're literally my ride or dies. Like they are here to support me and it's amazing. And I'm so grateful. But other than that, I literally can only assume the type of people that are here. I went through every single person on my email list and I literally deleted you if I didn't feel comfortable. This is the thing I got. This is the thing that the groundhog told me. He said, you need to stop talking about intuition and trusting your intuition. A, because people don't get it because they don't have the right tools. And, you know, if you want my support learning those tools, I can teach you very quickly how to do it. You have a very unique energy signature and a very unique set of tools that are for you specifically that I channel. But the sweet little groundhog, he was like, you need to teach people to learn if they feel comfortable around this person, because I'll just use Oprah as an example. There's a reason why she has a fake, people feel fakely comfortable around her, because that is like most of the people that she's connecting with are women, right? Most of the people in personal development are women. Most of the people who are feeling sad and getting dementia are women. And she's had an up and down yo-yo weight issue, right? Her whole life. That's very relatable to women because our fucking hormones change when we're having babies and going through menopause and going through divorces. Like we're literally meant to shift our weight. Like our weight going up and down 20 pounds is nothing abnormal, right? I've been watching a lot of timepieces lately and it's literally normal. Like it really is. So she's a fake facade of people feeling comfortable around her. But if you really tune into your belly, and if you've made it this far in this episode, hallelujah. Because like my stomach, I haven't felt this amount of butterfly discomfort in my stomach for this long, like since the last time I when my twin Flame and I went our separate ways, and I was like devastated and thought I was going to die, which was like 4 years ago. So this is a really powerful transmission. I just want to applaud you if you're still here, because I'm only halfway through this card description. I was going to pick a bunch of other cards. We'll see. Okay. So you and your friends and partners will communicate smoothly and creatively. You will be compatible in your thoughts and feelings and expressions and skills, and all involved will understand the need for balance and fairness and fun. That was the key, is fun, balance, and fairness. And you can't have balance. I just think of the Justice card in the tarot, but like, you can't have balance if you're energetically entangled with people who were energetically entangled with people like Oprah. And again, she's just an example. The Kardashians are just an example, but they're connected to a lot of people, you guys, right? And there's a lot of this would be a fun game. And shout out to one of my best friends who is does my hair when I'm able to get down to Georgia and do my hair. Like, we play this fun game and we love each other unconditionally, and we do not judge each other if we disagree. And I think this is the whole point of the new earth, right? And having conversations like this. We'll play this game. We'll talk about celebrities and we're like, what do you think? Do you think they're in it? Because she also has the gift of sight. She also works with the Christed light every single day. We can see through the facade, but there's some people where we can't see it because we're not meant to. We're meant to have a very harsh lesson. And I'll tell my Taylor Swift story another day, because that's a whole nother topic. But you know, there are people, and I'm like, I literally don't know, because I don't even know if they're a real person. They could be a hologram, like they could be a clone, like who makes you feel comfortable, and then why do they make you feel comfortable, or why did you're like, oh, I wish I could just look like that, right? Like for me, Jessica Alba is one. Like, I'm like, oh, I wish I, like, many points in my life is like, oh, I just wish I could look like that, right? And I do think that she is a light worker. I really do. And if I'm wrong, fantastic. Love being wrong. But I get to play this game with my friend. Like, what do you think about Jessica Alba? Like, what do you think she's into this, in the thing with the Epsteins and stuff? Like, we need to be having more conversations like this. There's a reason why poor people have access to TV and screens and social media, and all of these people pop up for a reason. And your job is to be discerning with your energy. Is this energy I want in my life, and why? Or is this energy I don't want in my life, and why? It's about you know, every reality is always a mirror to what you are truly feeling yourself and thinking. What is this person trying to teach me? What is this person trying to show me, right? Back to the card description. So while we dance the world's magics back into existence, you too will create magic in your new enterprise. I love this word enterprise, guys. Like, this is really about you thinking bigger. Like, if you were an enterprise, what would you sell? What would you offer? If you were a store, what would it look like? What would you have in it? This is really powerful. So when you create your new enterprise, when you find the right people to partner with, got it. Okay. So while we dance the world's magics back into existence, you too will create magic in your enterprise when you find the right people to partner with. This is what happens when I read without my Erlin overlay. It's just harder for me to read, so bear with me. In midst of all the tangents and having to find my place, as we represent the maiden aspect of the Fae goddess, this is a new enterprise. Please know that the fresh, the new, the hopeful, and the innocent is as vital and important as the established and the serious. Wow, love that. We need this new energy you and your companions will create. Let us help you. Let the fairies help you. We will guide you to new friendships and helpful new associates with whom you will get along well. It is important in our working lives to experience joy and harmony, and to have others to celebrate with is a gift indeed. We wish you to know that you will soon experience groups coming together to focus on a common emotional goal, right? If you've heard me talk before, like your goals for your life should be based on core feelings that you want to experience. So this is fantastic. It is important in our working lives to experience joy and harmony, and to have others to celebrate with is a gift indeed. We wish you to know that you will soon experience groups coming together to focus on a common emotional goal. So I guess I need to say that again for myself. So when I was starting out to, like, when I first hired my coach and I started working hard on my business, i.e. building my email list that I just deleted 90% of, my goal was freedom and openness. And freedom and openness are still always going to be core values, but there's something that I really embody and I don't have to focus on as much as a goal. Whereas my emotional goals for the past year have been joy and play, and my connection to source, and like my ability to feel connected to my angels, my guides, my fairies, always without any doubt, so that I never lose hope. People will reach out emotionally to one another and speaking in a sense of community. So finding like-minded, so the call to action invitation here is finding like-minded souls to work with, a happy workplace, a new community is being birthed, meeting new friends who feel like family, overcoming trust issues with other people, sharing, understanding, and cooperation brings new opportunities, joint business ventures, growth of new friendships and relationships, bringing about play. Yay, love that for me. Delight and work that is in tune with your purpose and talents. Celebration of new beginnings. Whoop, whoop. Again, this is card number 1 out of, how many cards are in this beautiful deck? 47. So that's pretty significant. So whenever you see, I see 1111 all the time. So I am sending that to you if you're wanting a new beginning. Dance in gentle movement. Synchronized fate of yourself with 2 or 3 other like-minded beings with similar outlooks, training ideas and beliefs. Okay, so this is crazy because when I was going through my very, very, very long email list that I slaved away to get these emails, because that's what I was told I needed to do, and I just deleted people like it was nothing. I was like, the reason I don't like communities is because they're often too big and there's just so much complaining, and people, some of these groups that I'm in with my friends and colleagues, like, I always get triggered in them. I'm like, why is this person asking this question? This is so dumb. Like, you clearly need a one-on-one session with her, or like, clearly you haven't had enough one-on-one sessions to be granted access to the community. And I think that's the point, is like, community is meant for people that have already done a lot of the hard work and they literally just want to connect. And like, when you're having a hard day, you can reach out. Communities are not a place where you bring all your shit and you try to get like, $50,000 worth of coaching and healing for $100 a month. That's not the point. That's why I get so triggered. But when I've done little groups before of like 2 or 3 people, that always felt really good to me, and I loved that. So I mean, I always do one-on-one and then vet people, and then if I do feel like 2 people are meant to connect, I connect them at the right time. And I mean, that doesn't really happen that often, to be totally honest, because like I said, there's people who I really look up to, who just still are serving communities that like you couldn't pay me enough money to deal with, because like if any of you guys like fiction, and you like reading about healers and stuff, like, I am that person. Like, when I channel and I do a healing, like, I might feel good, but it's only when I know I'm in a frequency with people that are going to make me feel better. When I was partnering with this person and doing a very discounted rate of my services, I was basically in bed for like a month. Like I would channel and do the healing for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I would be like freaking out for hours. Um, there's a couple examples of books where people were like that. They were one of them, she um she's captured by pirates, and like basically like people would pay as much money as they needed to get access to her because she could tell them, she could channel where the latitude longitude of where their next treasure would be found. And I just really resonated with her. I think about that character a lot. And that's the point, is like if you aren't working and spending time with people who are lifting you up, your body's gonna argue with you. And again, these are all lessons I learned the very hard way, which is part of the reason why I'm here, is to learn very harsh lessons so I can share them and hope that you don't make the same mistakes. Or, I mean, even if you do, like just knowing like, hey, I know Fallon warned me about this and here I am kind of doing it. Like, just reach out for support. You know what I mean? Like, there's support out there, and it doesn't have to be me. Someone who just, when you think of them, you just feel comfortable. You feel like you can tell this person anything and they're not going to judge you, and they're going to love you, and they're literally going to support you in your energy to help you forgive yourself and like move past this, right? Like there's a reason a lot of people come to me because they're in toxic relationships. And this was what the biggest lesson I learned about that community I was just talking about, who I helped. And I mean, I almost had a session a day, which for me is a lot. If it's not all high paying, high frequency clients. And I was literally just like in bed for a month because I was literally over giving to an extreme amount. And I had to learn that lesson. And I'm like, I can't do that again. I literally can't do it again. I wasn't making enough money to even like take care of my basic needs. And here I am like helping every single one of these clients from this community had the same problem. And this is fucking crazy. They wanted a blessing for their relationship, even though they thought that their partner was cheating. Two, and every single time I tapped into the energy, that not only was the partner cheating, the partner didn't love them. They did not want to be together. They were trying to get something out of the relationship. That's one example. And they all wanted, because I had talked about it somewhere, and this is one of my superpowers, guys. Like I can manifest new cars for people literally like it's my job. I really can. And they were like, I'm owed this car from a family member and I need you to make that happen. That's a very specific person. And I literally had this happen 12 times, to the point where I'm reading through the form that everyone has to fill out for a healing session with me. And I'm like, is this the same fucking person? Like, did Google duplicate this? Like, what's going on? Nope. This is how victim mindset and greedy and needy these people were. And they were wanting me to literally like cast spells. And I'm like, that's not what I do. That's never what I will do. What I do is I send Christ a light and I let Jesus handle it. And best of luck to you. And not one of those people has reached back out to me. It is what it is. But I'm sure something magical happened to them. I know something magical happened to them. But all of them came to me for me to learn this lesson. I literally can't do that. Okay. Back to the card description. So dance and gentle movement, synchronized fate of yourself with 2 or 3 other like-minded people with similar outlooks, training, ideas, and beliefs. Synchronized is like my favorite word. If you're ever feeling stuck, have a synchronicity day. Pick something that you know you want to start with. Like for me, it's a coffee shop or a bookstore that has coffee, and I go from there. So can't recommend that enough. Like it's so amazing. New business ventures with friends. I love that. When I think about my big payday that's coming in, I think about my friends and their amazing gifts and how much I cannot wait to invest in them changing the world with their gifts, because they're all still in the matrix right now. Amiable interactions with strangers. Love that. Feeling happy and connected to female friendships. feeling strong bonds with people, although you have just met them, right? Soul fam, creating a workable, creating a working magical circle built on trust, delight, security, and friendship, rejoicing in femininity and feminine energies, which is probably nothing new to anyone here, but I think and hope that everything I've shared thus far helps you really assess that. And because female friendship's the most important thing in the world, but they have to be an equal giving and receiving, and they have to be, I mean, really, like, the word comfort just keeps coming through for everybody. Like, who do you feel so comfortable with that you can tell anything to, even if you're scared? I remember when I was making a really big impulsive decision that was 100% intuitive, 100% confirmed by my angels multiple times, but I knew it was fucking crazy. And I knew one of my friends was going to be like, okay, this is really weird, but I love you and I support you. I knew she was going to support me, but I was still scared. So it's okay to still be scared when you are in this world that a lot of people don't understand, that is really based on you trusting yourself. But when you're around people that you feel comfortable and you can tell anything to, and they're just going to love you and support you and hold you, that's what it's about. That's one of my biggest takeaway from The Buccaneers, which is a show that I binged recently on Apple TV. A lot of big lessons in there, but it's so, our friendships are more important than anything else. Like, our connection with other people is more important than anything else. But you are the prize. Your energy is a luxury. Your energy is the prize. Your energy is the most important, valuable thing in the entire world. And you should only be sharing it with people who love that, honor that, and reciprocate that. And with that, I'm going to close, and I'm just sending you lots of love. I know that was pretty, let's be honest, I think all of my episodes are intense, but I just love you so much. And I'm so grateful that you're here. And if there's anything that you need for additional support, just let me know. I have links below to some of my courses, my free masterclass, where I help you repair the physical health of your brain through science-backed protocols, and also energy healing for dementia prevention, my favorite thing in the whole world, which I'll be talking about on the Hot Hustle. So if you're watching this pretty soon from the release date, in a few days, I'm going to be on the Hot Hustle sharing some really cool stuff about bridging physical brain healing and energy healing, and helping people realize that you do need things like supplements, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, hydrogen, water for short periods of time. And then once you are in this new body and you are literally just like filled with Christed light all the time, you aren't going to need all of those things anymore. And that's a really important thing, because the most important thing is your relationship with yourself, with God, and with the people in your life. And you will literally get everything you need to stay healthy once you were on that, in that new body, on that new timeline, in this highest and best, knowing you're not going to get dementia, knowing that your brain is literally 10 to 20 years younger than what your birth certificate says. Then you get to have fun and just focus on the things that make you happy, spending time with people, drinking margaritas, eating charcuterie boards that look professionally made. That's one of my friends' superpowers. Putting together these ridiculously beautiful charcuterie boards. So I love you. I'll see you soon, and let me know what landed for you. Love you lots.